the last Friday of every month. And so if you want to join us, next one is actually going to be also right before a super full moon, because we have 2 super full moons in August. So August is a very powerful, jam-packed month filled with so much cosmic energy, astrological energy as well. And today we're going to work with this heightened cosmic energy and the heightened collective energy surrounding UFOs, extraterrestrials, aliens, etc., etc. So let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments, introduce yourself, maybe say hi to a new face, say hi to an old face, because part of the whole point of these Soul Family Fridays is, yes, to send light and healing around the world, but it's also to connect with one another in a very open-hearted way. I know sometimes it can be a bit difficult to be on this path of awakening, of consciousness, and sometimes it can get lonely, right? So that's what these spaces are meant to be, these Soul Family Fridays, for us to connect together heart to heart. And if you know that there's someone that would benefit from this, please send them this link, because the more people that we have watching this in the past, present, future, even if you're watching the recording, you're still going to benefit, because when we send healing out, when we send peace out, we also receive it. It's an energy exchange, and nothing that you send out like just gets sent out, you also receive it. And so by the end of this meditation, you're going to end up feeling more calm, more centered, more grounded. Your energy will be cleansed, and you also get a chance to connect with our starseed family and some galactic beings. So I'm super excited. So if you know anyone who would benefit from this, please share this with them, send them the link, because the more people that we have, the stronger the energy will be, and the more cosmic energy we can draw in for the purposes of sending this light to activate and heal the earth. And one of the reasons why we are working with galactic energy is because if you have been watching the news, I don't watch the news, but I saw this on social media where on Wednesday, Congress in the United States had a UFO hearings for the first time publicly on a big scale like this, and they were disclosing information of how the US is in possession of vehicles from extraterrestrials and bodies of extraterrestrials, and they've been trying to re-engineer them so that they can use it. So basically now it's sort of been disclosed that UFOs are real and extraterrestrial life is out there, and this is now becoming mainstream. And so because this just happened on Wednesday, now it's all over mainstream media, there's this heightened awareness of our starseed family, our galactic ancestors, because we come from them, right? Like they sort of GMO'd our DNA basically, just like we're GMOing like pugs, for example, and dogs and stuff like that. We got GMO'd by our galactic ancestors, but it was with the good intentions for us to actually be able to survive on this planet, because the earth was not always the way that we are experiencing it now. Now it's very favorable to be breathing with our lungs, to be inhaling the oxygen, but earth was not always like this, and it wasn't the best environment for life to thrive on this planet. And that is why the starseeds had to GMO our DNA, our bodies, so that we could live and thrive on this planet the way that we've been able to for these past few thousands of years. But now we're at this evolution of consciousness where, boom, we're at another tipping point in our evolution, not just here on Earth, but universal evolution, because Earth is sort of like one of the organs of this whole universe. Think about your kidney, think about your lungs, think about your stomach, your brain. All of the organs in your body, they have to work together. If one of your organs starts to not function properly, is out of balance and fails, then slowly your whole body will start to fail. And so what is happening is that because Earth has gotten to this point, and again, it's because of other time cycles as well. We're starting a new 12,000-year-old cycle, 26,000-year-old cycle. We're moving through the photon belt, so certain cosmic energy that hasn't been available to our planet for around 12,000 years is now available to us. And these faster moving particles, neutrinos, etc., they are helping us to change our physical bodies and expand our consciousness, so that our physical bodies that are based in carbon, which is more dense, is moved to a silicon-based structure, so that our DNA, our physical bodies, can anchor in more light, because silicon is lighter, less dense than carbon. And so basically that's what's happening right now, and that's why the UFOs, the galactic ancestors, families, whatever you want to refer them to, are becoming more present in our consciousness now, because we're ready. We're at a tipping point. It's no longer about humans thinking we're the only ones on Earth, but us working with other beings out there to evolve as a galactic family. If that makes any sense at all, let me know in the chat. It's sort of hard to describe these concepts because there's many different timelines. Also, there's many timelines in the past where things have been changed in some ways, like for example the GMO engineering of our DNA and stuff like that. But basically that is a very brief summary of what is happening right now in terms of the cosmic timeline. Of course, there's other nuances here and there, but we'll get to those when we're meant to. And actually right now is partly when we're meant to be doing this, because keep in mind that the Sirius Gateway, which opened during the first week of July, is still open. Actually, happy Egyptian New Year. The Egyptian New Year is on August 1st, and August 1st is also the super full moon. So we have a super full moon on August 1st, we have a super full moon at the end of August, and we have the helical rising of Sirius, which is, Sirius is the brightest star in our sky. And our ancestors would view Sirius as our spiritual sun. Across the different cultures, it wasn't just the Egyptians, it was many different cultures in Mesoamerica, in Australia, and around the world. They viewed Sirius as our spiritual sun. And what is so fascinating, again, right, we're moving through this evolution of consciousness, that Sirius is moving closer to our Earth. In terms of light years, Sirius is constantly moving closer to our Earth, which means that we will have more influence from Sirius and our galactic family as the years progress. Also, this 26,000-year-old cycle that I'm mentioning, it's connected to the precession of the equinox, so basically how long it takes for the Earth to rotate on her axis. And for the last 12 to 13,000 years, we've been pointing towards a polar star, and now that polar star is going to shift back into Vega, which is the Lyran, and the Lyran starseeds are our galactic ancestors. Like, we come from them. We come from all of the 12 main starseed families, but the Lyrans are our, like, how can I say it? Like our first ancestors, sort of like the people of Africa. The people of Africa were the first humans on Earth, and we can all trace our genetics, trace our ancestry back to Africa, because we all originated from them. It's similar concept with Lyra in terms of the geography, history, when it comes to galactic aspects. So let me know if any of that makes sense, if you have any questions. But basically, the Egyptian New Year is on August 1st this year. Every year it changes. So back when Kemet, ancient Egypt, Kemet is its original name, back when Kemet was at its height, let's say, about 12 to 13,000 years ago, the helical rising of Sirius, basically what it means, it's when Sirius rises before the sunrise above our horizon for the first time, right? Because the Earth spins, so the stars change. And so back in ancient Egypt, in Kemet, this helical rising of Sirius would happen in July. So 13,000 years ago, the Egyptian New Year would happen during the first week or second week of July. But again, because our Earth is spinning and the stars are changing, now this is happening on August 1st. And every year it changes depending on the movement of our planet and the star Sirius. So I forget the name of the astronomer who calculated this, but on August 1st is when Sirius is 30 degrees above the horizon, and Giza, where the pyramids are in Egypt, modern day Egypt, is 31 degrees or 30.31 degrees above the horizon. So this is happening in Egypt on August 1st. I'm based in the west coast of the United States in Nevada, so for me this is going to happen on August 4th. And so this is something that changed in Chicago. I think it'll be on August 6th, I believe. And so it depends on where we are in the world, right? And that's why we have to get nuanced. We have to talk about the nuances when we think about astrological events. I've heard a lot of talk about the Galactic New Year starting on July 26th, and so that's not something I'm very familiar with, because I believe that that's based on a Mayan calendar system where they calculated the Galactic New Year beginning on July 27th, I want to say, and then July 26th would be a day out of time. But again, I'm not familiar with that calendar system. There are so many different calendar systems. I mean, even with the Egyptian calendar systems, there's like 4 of them, and even more of them, to be honest. But I think there's 3 to 4 most prominently used ones. And right, it's about all of us becoming more nuanced with a deeper understanding of how we connect with time and space. Because in the 3rd dimension, time and space, we all need to come on this global meditation at 1 p.m. Pacific time, or whatever time it is in your side of the world. But when we connect with the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimensional time and spaces, it works a little bit differently. And so I think one of the most important things when working with energy is that, yes, it is helpful to get the details and the logistics and the specifics. Yes, that part is important, the left, the logical brain, the analytical brain, but then also we have to, now it's more about becoming more in touch with our magnetic energy, the divine feminine energy within, and connecting with that intuitive energy. How did you feel this past week? Pay attention to that. Let me know in the chat, how have you been feeling the energy? It's fascinating because according to that Mayan calendar system, and again, even the Mayan calendar, there's not one Mayan calendar, there's many different Mayan calendar counting systems. Some are based on 13 days, some are based on other time frames. And it's just important for you to connect with the energy itself. So let's go back a little bit to talk about the super full moon. So I'm just gonna give a quick energy update for about the next 7 minutes, and then we're gonna start the meditation. So on August 1st, we have this, or it could be July 31st, depending on where you are in the world. On August 1st at 11:31 a.m. Pacific time, we have a super full moon. And this super full moon, again, is happening on the same day as the Egyptian New Year, according to where Giza is and Sirius is rising. That's going to happen on August 1st. So we have both of these events happening on the same day, which means August 1st is going to be a very powerful day for you to connect with your soul, connect with your intuition, take time to sit, to meditate, to do prayers, to do rituals, whatever way you like to connect with energy that feels at home, that feels comfortable for you. So that is on August 1st. And when the helical rising of Sirius happened in ancient Egypt, they viewed it as, they knew that whenever they saw this star rising above the horizon, that the Nile would flood. And that signified a period of abundance for the people of Kemet of ancient Egypt. And so, hey guys, for those of you on Instagram, join us on YouTube Live via the link in my bio, because I'm going to shut the Instagram Live in a second. So when this flooding of the Nile happened, people knew, oh, our crops are about to get a lot of abundance. And so the people of Kemet celebrated not just the New Year's, but they also celebrated as a period of abundance. So they would have festivals, rituals, ceremonies to celebrate this. So if you feel in alignment with that, this is a wonderful time for you to do some manifesting, some rituals, ceremony, meditations, affirmations, whatever way you feel like you want to work with this energy. The energy is fruitful right now for calling in more abundance into your life. Keep in mind that abundance is not just about the moolah, it's also about abundance of time, abundance of health, abundance of joy, abundance of support. So really get out of this narrow view, horse binder view of what abundance looks like, and really expand to receive more, because God's Source Spirit Creation wants to give us so much. And let me see what else. There's so much that I want to share with you all, but I'm trying to be mindful of the most specific things, that way it's not too overwhelming. So this is a wonderful time of abundance. Also, just 7 days after the Egyptian New Year, the super full moon, we have the Lion's Gate portal. So the Lion's Gate portal, every year it happens on 8/8, and that's just humans like to do that. We created the Gregorian calendar, and so numerologically 8/8 is the number of abundance. So if you look at the number 8 and you flip it on its side, it looks like the infinity symbol. And traditionally, the 8/8 portal, the Lion's Gate portal, is connected to Lyra. So when we're talking about the Syrian portal, which has been open since the first week of July, and it's still open, that's why today we're going to connect with our galactic family, right? The Syrians, the Lyrians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, etc., etc. There's so many of them to name. But basically, the Lion's Gate portal is going to also be flowing into our planet already. We're already starting to feel that energy. So we have the super full moon, the Sirius gateway, the Lion's Gate portal already flowing into our planet. So that can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? Let me know in the chat how you have been feeling this energy. Again, it's very important for us to tune into that energy directly, not just to hear people talk about it or to read about it, but we have to connect with that energy directly to discern how it feels specifically for us. Because I can go ahead and tell you, hey, the super full moon that is happening on August 1st, in tropical astrology, it is an Aquarius full moon. And so you have to work with air, connect with your intelligence, connect with your communication. All of these two themes are connected to air. But in sidereal astrology, the super full moon on the 1st is in Capricorn, an earth sign. So it's very much about grounding, finding your roots, really coming into your body, getting out of the mind. And so with this energy, it can also feel conflicting, because in tropical astrology, it's in an air sign, Aquarius. Sidereal, it's in Capricorn, an earth sign, and air and earth oppose each other. So you might notice some internal conflict, imbalances, frictions, because we all have all 5 elements in our bodies. But when we have these extra astrological experiences happening, like astrological weather, it does influence us. So that's why right now is a good time for you to cultivate balance. Find balance if within the air element and the earth element inside of your body. Take deeper breaths. Breathing from the belly is so powerful. Honestly, we think we need to do some fancy things, do some fancy rituals, hit up a healer and do some advanced stuff. But sometimes all you need to do is just breathe and come back into your body, come back into the present moment, and bring alignment, awareness back into your body. Sometimes it honestly really is that simple. But as humans, we love to get in our heads, and the ego just takes us on a crazy ass ride sometimes, right? And so connect with the element of air. Air is electric. Electric, we call, as humans, we learn to label that as divine masculine energy, and also connect with the earth energy of the Capricorn vibrations flowing in. And earth energy is magnetic energy, which we call feminine energy. We label that as humans, right? But at the end of the day, earth, air, fire, water, all of them, they're just electric and magnetic. It transcends the labels and boundaries and perspectives that we put on divine feminine and masculine. Okay, so again, it's getting nuanced and thinking outside of the boxes that we've placed. Sometimes the boxes are helpful to help us to digest the information, but sometimes we need to understand when they are no longer being helpful. And so connect with balancing your divine feminine and masculine energy during this super full moon. We're actually hosting a super full moon ceremony with Goddess Mary Magdalene. And why are we connecting with Goddess Mary Magdalene during this specific full moon? Because the Mary Magdalene feast day was on July 22nd when she was venerated and celebrated. It's really fascinating because if we look at the story of Mary Magdalene, the religion, Christianity, Catholicism has put this label and shamed Mary Magdalene for being a prostitute. And then it's fascinating because hundreds of years later, like in a very hush-hush way, the label of her being a prostitute was taken out of the Bible, but it was so hush-hush, like they just did it nonchalantly. And so now, like, she's actually being celebrated, right? And it's the same thing with the divine feminine and masculine imbalances happening in our world. Right now we're seeing a lot of greed, we're seeing a lot of violence, we're seeing a lot of control, a lot of censorship coming up to the surface, right? And these are shadow aspects of the divine masculine. And the divine masculine and feminine have been so out of balance for way too long. And now we're slowly starting to bring back balance to this divine feminine and masculine. And again, I am not referring to sex and gender. We are talking about these principles and the principles that are related to magnetic and electric energy. And so with Mary Magdalene, one of the reasons why she was able to call back her power despite being labeled as a prostitute and being persecuted after Yeshua, Jesus, was murdered, and she actually kept hold of the teachings. She held the sacred teachings, and she ended her her life here on this incarnation on earth. She was in the caves of France, in southern France, still holding on to these teachings, preserving this wisdom. And it's going to be so beautiful when certain religious texts that belong within the Christianity teachings are released to the public. So just like right now we're seeing UFO information being disclosed to the public, we're also going to see Christianity, Catholicism releasing information about the divine feminine to the public, like the practices of Yeshua's grandmother, Anna. She was a divine ascended master herself, and she had such profound understanding of unconditional love, of enlightenment, and all of these teachings. And when we're ready, when we start to bring this balance to the divine feminine and masculine, those teachings will be available to the collective. And so one of the ways that we can accelerate this awakening process, where we can bring in more pieces of the puzzle, right? Yes, masculine energy has been helpful, but we've forgotten a lot of the feminine history. But the more that we can connect with our feminine aspects, our divine magnetic energy, the more that this will rise up in the collective consciousness, and then eventually we'll end up to create harmony between the divine electric and magnetic energy, divine feminine and masculine energy. So that's what's so exciting about the times that we're living in. I know sometimes it's like, holy crap, what's going on? This is crazy. I need a timeout. I need a pause because this is too much. I feel you. And that's why resting, which is a principle of divine feminine energy, is so important, right? Like maybe just becoming still, resting, and again, finding that centered point is so important right now. So we're going to be hosting a full moon ceremony for the super full moon, where we will do an alchemy ritual with Mary Magdalene, who was able to call her power back by balancing and restoring the balance between her sacred feminine and masculine energy together. She's also a really wonderful mentor for connecting with our authentic self. So if you feel like you've been kind of feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome, or being a little bit afraid to share yourself, share your voice, share like yourself overall, like, you know, just being seen, then I recommend you work with Mary Magdalene. And in our full moon ceremony and meditation, we are going to be connecting with her to do an alchemy ritual to release imbalances within our feminine and masculine energy, and then to optimize our sacred feminine and masculine energy so we can be more creative, so we can take more divine inspired action in more easy and graceful ways. So that meditation is going to be on Monday, Moon Day, on Zoom at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want to join us for that, you can find the information in the description of this video down below. And so let's get started with our full moon, or not full moon, but technically the full moon energy is already coming in, because full moon energy always peaks 3 days before and 3 days after the moon goes full. But because this is a super full moon, which means that it's closer, we're going to feel it a lot more, and it'll definitely last longer than 3 days before and after. And one thing I did want to mention is that this super full moon is actually 222,158 miles away. So it's 222,000 miles away. And so again, we're seeing a numerology code being activated, just like the Lionsgate portal 88. So 2 in numerology, it represents partnership, cooperation, collaboration, harmony, and balance. So again, work with this theme of balance. What do you need to balance? Do you need to balance your mind and your heart? Do you need to balance your soul evolution with your human evolution? Because the ego is also evolving, right? So we can't just let the ego aside and forget about the ego. The ego is meant to also be evolving. It's not meant to be destroyed. So try to figure out like where you need to bring more balance and harmony into your life. And again, if you want to join us for our full moon meditation, we will do some of that alchemy work focusing on balance. Okay, so what you're going to need for this meditation is a candle. Do not light your candle. We will light our candles together. And for those of you on Instagram, join us on YouTube Live via the link in my bio, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, so okay, so I'm just trying to set up some things here on my end. Can you all hear the background music? Can you let me know in the chat if you can hear? I have a hand pan playing. Let me know if you can hear that. Otherwise, I'll increase the volume. Also, please go grab water. It's very important that you're hydrated. So if you also want to grab some crystals, go grab some crystals. Let me know if you want me to turn the volume up for the background music. I feel like this is the level of my voice that I'll be speaking at during the meditation. So I would actually let me know if you want me to change the background music, but I think if I make it any higher, my voice will be drowned out. But get candles, get crystals if you want them, whatever is going to make you feel comfortable and safe. And so for this meditation, again, we are going to connect with cosmic energy, because there's a lot of cosmic energy coming in from the Lionsgate portal, from the Syrian portal, which both are already opened. And so it's not just like an external cosmic energy that we have, but because of this cosmic disclosure that just happened on Wednesday, we also have an internal collective awareness about extraterrestrials and galactic energy. And so it's so cool, right? Like, we're seeing the cosmic energy, extraterrestrial, starseed energy, whatever you want to call it, coming from outside resources, but also from inside resources. And it's just such an exciting time to be alive. Something that just clicked into my head right now is on July 26th, we had very strong solar flares, but July 26th, I believe, is also when we had that congressional meeting with the UFO disclosures in the US government. And so July 26th was the Galactic New Year. And so it's really fascinating that now this galactic consciousness is now going to become a stronger influence and part of Earth's evolution. I'll just give you a very quick example. So when there are nuclear disasters, like nuclear spills, in these regions where they had these nuclear disasters, there was a heightened awareness of UFO sightings. So they would see a lot of UFO sightings whenever there was a nuclear spill. And it's because our galactic family is trying to help us out and trying to clean up the mess we made, basically, right? Because we as humans, we kind of did a lot to the earth, right? So right now we're going to do some healing with the earth, bring in some cosmic energy to cleanse the waters, the soils, and all of that. And again, just like you're sending that energy out, you're also going to receive it. So thank you so much for being here. I know you could be doing a million other things, but I really appreciate you not just talking the talk, but walking the talk and actually doing this light work. So thank you, I honor you, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So please drink some water before we begin. Okay, and we're gonna light our candles together. So when you're lighting your candle, set 3 intentions. Your first intention is to light this candle for yourself and to bring more light into your consciousness. The second intention is to light this candle for everyone who's watching this. Right now is right now in this present moment, in the past, and in the future. So for the people who are watching the recording and people who are watching this in the future, okay? And then the third intention is to light this candle for Mother Earth and also for our universe overall, right? It's a divine mother, divine father concept. So go ahead and light your candle with those 3 intentions. If you don't have a candle, don't worry, I will light this candle for you. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly check the chat to make sure that the audio sounds good. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know that that the music is good. Oh, that's so awesome. Laura just said July 26th is Anna's Day, Ascended Master, the mother of Goddess Mary, who is the grandmother of Yeshua, and even Mother Mary, right? She was an Ascended Master herself. So that's so fascinating. I didn't know that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Laura. It's so cool, right? All of our wisdom coming together, and we're all putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So on that note, let's celebrate that, okay? So I want you to close your eyes. If you're holding a crystal, put your crystal on your heart. If you're not holding a crystal, then just put your bare hands on your heart. And right now we're just going to take a deep belly breath and exhale out. Again, breathe in and exhale out. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day, breathing in. And exhale out through your heart. Beautiful. And as you're focusing on your heart space, let's take a moment to feel that joy for all of our soul family everyone who's watching this right now, in this present moment, in the past, and the future, your soul family. Think about your pets. Pets are also our soul family, co-workers, friends, loved ones, family. And just feel that gratitude for that and that joy in your heart for this beautiful connection that we have to our soul family. Breathing in and exhaling out. Beautiful. And you don't have to look at the screen anymore, just focus on your internal space. And focusing on your heart space, give gratitude and feel joy for all of the wisdom that you have received in this last 30 days. Well, actually, the last 40 days. We've been going through so much since the June solstice. And just feel that gratitude in your heart space. Maybe you had some difficult soul lessons, but give gratitude to those lessons. And just release the intensity of those experiences. And as you're focusing on your heart space, we're going to give gratitude and feel the unconditional love you have and the unconditional love that you receive from our starseed families, from our galactic ancestors and family. Breathing in through the heart and exhaling out, feeling that unconditional love and support. Beautiful. Now I'm going to invite you to roll your shoulders back, tilt your chin slightly down, place your tongue at the roof of your mouth, and only your eyes are going to move. Your eyes are going to look slightly up, like you are looking up at your forehead. Beautiful. And just relax the eyes, relax the shoulders, the jaw. Take a deep breath in. And send this breath into all of the muscles in your body so that they can just totally relax. And now I'm going to invite you to visualize that you are sitting inside of a beautiful, bright gold pyramid of light. And as you feel, as you sense, as you know, as you see, as you hear this pyramid of light surrounding you, set the intention that only energy that is in total alignment with your highest good can come in through your pyramid. That's your free will. And nothing in this universe, no being, no energy can transcend your free will. And we're going to chant Om together 3 times. We're going to chant Om to cleanse our bodies, the energy of the room that we're in, and the energy inside of our crystals. So holding that intention to cleanse and harmonize, take a deep breath in. Beautiful. just focus on your heart, taking deep breaths. And if you feel called to move your body, go ahead and move your body in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. Good. And now I'm going to invite you to focus on the bottom of your feet or the bottom of your spine and visualize roots going down into the earth and into the core of Mother Earth. And as you're connecting with the heart of Mother Earth, we're going to send her some love. Thank her for the delicious food you had today. Thank her for the water, the air that you're getting to enjoy. And then you feel, sense, and see a giant tree emerging from the core of the earth. And this is the tree of life. And send your consciousness up the tree and set the intention that you're going to go sit on a branch on this tree of life. And you find the perfect spot to sit, and you see all the colorful lights surrounding you. And this is your soul family, everyone listening to this right now with you. And just feel that sense of support. And we're just going to take a deep breath in of gold light from the top of your head. Send that harmonizing, cleansing gold light to pour over your head, down your throat, into your chest, into your stomach, into your hips, thighs, knees, legs, and feet. And right now you're just going to breathe out all stress, all worries, any energy you may have picked up or been carrying. Take a deep breath in. And exhale that out of your body, out of your energy field. Beautiful. And now, focusing on your heart space, we're going to call in our starseed families. Now, all of us have different origins based on where we've reincarnated before across the universe. So focusing on your heart and focusing on the DNA key codes that you're holding, it's almost like you're sending a sonar signal, like how dolphins communicate. And just send out a signal to your starseed family. We all have them. And right now, just send them some gratitude and joy for connecting with them and for supporting us. And we're just going to invite them to come and sit with us in this tree of life. And now you can see the tree of life become almost like brighter. You see so many lights now. It's like fluorescent lights, lights that, colors that you normally don't see. And right now we're just going to visualize a miniature version of the earth, like the size of a basketball, sitting in the center of our circle. And with the help of our starseed family, we are going to thank them for coming to support us. And we are consciously asking them to help us and support us, to help to clear the imbalances within our earth. Now you may feel like chanting or making some sounds. Allow that to come out of your mouth. Don't judge it. Some of that is light language. It's language from the stars, so it won't make sense to you. Just allow it to flow if it does want to come through though. Or if you want to make some mudras or hand gestures, light language can also come in through that form. And now focusing on the heart space, take a deep breath in. And visualize a beautiful rose quartz and emerald light coming out from your heart and infusing the earth. We're just going to send love to the earth. We're going to ask her for forgiveness, for taking her for granted, for not treating her with love sometimes. And send that love and that emerald light into the core of the earth. And now send that energy into the soils of the earth. I'm just going to do some light language to call in more cosmic support. So just take a moment to breathe in. Oh, hey, breathe in and exhale out. Now you can see other colors infusing the soils of our earth that are detoxifying, cleansing the earth. Actually, mushrooms are of galactic origins. That's why they grow in so many different funky ways. And right now, let's just send love and gratitude to the mycelium that are creating a network within the soil of our planet. And we're going to give them love, gratitude, and just do that with the intention that they come back into balance. You know, sometimes we humans use pesticides and other products to cleanse our homes, to cleanse our yards, but sometimes they are harmful to the mycelium of the earth and the bacteria in the earth that are actually helping us. So right now we're just going to take a moment to chant anything that you feel you want to chant to cleanse all of the imbalances and toxins, distortions from our soils. Take a deep breath in and just chant anything you'd like to chant. I'm going to chant Om. You can chant along with me if you'd like. Om. Now send your awareness into the waters of our earth. And again, you're going to focus on breathing out a beautiful emerald light from your heart that's filled with unconditional love, that is going to bring balance back into the waters. Breathe in. And exhale that love out through your heart and allow that water to be infused with this emerald light. Okay, and now this time our Galactic family also wants to chant with us, and they want us to chant. And again, you can chant anything that feels like natural. So go ahead and take a deep breath, and as you're chanting, set the intention that that sound frequency is cleansing and restoring balance back into the waters. Breathe in. Now, focusing on your heart space, feeling the unconditional love you have for our planet. You're going to send an emerald light filled with your unconditional love towards all of the air on our planet. Breathe in. And sending that unconditional love and light into our atmosphere. And into all of our planet. Again, we're going to chant anything that feels natural in this moment. And now just take a moment to breathe with your starseed family, with your galactic family. And they might be giving you some activations, or they might be sharing some guidance and wisdom with you. Just breathe. Beautiful. Now, wave bye to everyone around the circle and And just know that you can always return back here. And send your consciousness down through the tree, trunk. And from the core of the earth, we're going to breathe a grounding energy, balancing energy, up through your roots, up through your spine, and into all of your energy field. Again, breathing in from the core of the earth, up through your spine, and up and around your energy. Good. And now keep your eyes closed. Place your crystal aside. We're going to rub our palms together, so clap your hands. Take a few deep breaths. Returning back into the body and accumulating all of this wonderful energy you worked with in between your hands. Breathe deeply from the core of the earth, a grounding energy, and send it into your heart so you can balance and ground with the earth. Good. Take another deep belly breath in. And exhale any imbalances. Good. And now place your hands on top of your eyes. And breathe in this beautiful optimizing energy into your soul, into your energy field and body. And if there's anyone that you want to share this peace, harmony, healing with, hold them in your heart space right now. Think about 2 to 3 people and share this energy with them. Beautiful. And then just take a few deep breaths, come back into your body. If you feel a little bit lightheaded, that's totally normal. It just means you have to ground more, so just keep breathing with the core of the earth. I would recommend that you keep breathing with the core of the earth over the next few days, because there is a lot of intense energy coming in. And in order for us to avoid feeling anxious, overwhelmed, all over the place, grounding with the earth is going to be super key, especially during this month of August, because it's not just 2 super full moons we also have 2 retrogrades, the Lionsgate portal, and so there's just a lot of moving energy right now. So remember to ground, hydrate yourself during this super full moon, and connect with your soul. You can listen to this meditation at any time. Every time that you listen to it, you will have a different experience, and it will help to also clear some of your energy as well. You know, that's the beautiful thing about this work that we do. It's not just like one-dimensional, it's multi-dimensional. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to be here with me and with our soul family to send this healing around the world. I would love to know what you experienced in the comments. Let me know how that felt like for you. One of the messages that I asked about, like for our group right here, is about so they said that right now it's time for us to take action, and they were saying it's time for us to take action regarding climate change. And so with climate change, it's a very kind of slippery slope, because it's also being used for other intentions. It's so crazy because even now YouTube is, I shouldn't say this, but YouTube is censoring certain information about climate change. And so there's certain agendas behind this climate change issue. Our Earth has gone through several cycles. Our Earth is ancient, millions of years old, and it has gone through cycles of a lot of ice ages, cold, and a lot of heat. And right now it's not even like hot, it's not even close to what the hottest it's been ever on this planet. And so it's time for us to get educated about the natural cycles, but also for us to take action to protect our earth in a very aligned, centered way. And so that's the message for our group. If you want to connect more with the earth, there's actually earth guardians. You can talk to trees, you can talk to fairies. Also, when you go to nature places where you see trees growing in different ways, rocks growing in different ways, those tend to be portals where energy lines intersect, which create, like sort of like our chakras. We have energy centers in our body, not just the chakras, but Mother Earth also has that. So when these energy centers cross in one specific place, it makes it a portal on Earth. It makes it a heightened place for cosmic energy and Earth energy. And so these sacred sites are often where churches, military bases, political institutions are built upon. And nature is one of the places where they're also found. And so if you want to connect with sacred sites, I invite you to check out our alchemy retreat that we're hosting. This is the first retreat that we are hosting in 3 years. So the last retreat we held was in Joshua Tree and Mount Shasta, which are sacred sites. And this year we are hosting a retreat on the equinox in September 20th until September 22 at the Grand Canyon, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. There are actually energy beings living inside of the earth, inside of the canyon, and the canyon was very sacred to many different tribes, indigenous tribes in America. And so we're going to be healing the land there, connecting with the ancestors of the land, honoring the ancestors of the land, talking to the starseed beings there, because again, when you go to these portals on the earth, the veil between the dimensions is thin, and it's sort of like an airport for energy to come in and out of. And so it's a very easy area for you to connect with energy. And so we're going to be connecting with galactic beings at the Grand Canyon and also at the Valley of Fire, which is one of my favorite sacred sites all around the world. I've been blessed to go to many sacred sites, but the Valley of Fire is one of my favorites. It's one of the reasons why I moved to Nevada, actually. And so that retreat is in September 20th to the 22nd. And if you would like to join us in person to connect with the earth, connect in ceremony, the first day we're going to focus on healing ourselves, healing the land. The second day we're going to focus on receiving activations, so DNA activations, soul activations, and the third day is the equinox, so we're going to have a manifesting ceremony. So if you want to join us, you can get more information in the description of this video. And I just also want to say thank you so much for your support, because without your comments, your shares, your likes, without you coming to our full moon meditations, coming to the retreats, I wouldn't be able to do this work. So I really appreciate you for helping me to do this work, and thank you for coming back to Earth at this powerful time of transformation. I know it's not very easy right now because we're purging a lot at a soul level since the June solstice, but remember to be gentle with yourself, honor your emotions, don't judge them, don't get stuck in the head, but breathe out, and just allow your emotions to flow. Happy super full moon, and I hope to see you at our full moon ceremony this Monday. Much love, everyone. I'll see you at the next Soul Family Friday at the end of August.